Let's cover Green Lantern Corps issue 3. At the end of the last issue, what was left of Thanagar crumbled away to reveal this golden spear. And as the fight continues between John and Hawkgirl, we find out that Atrocitus believes that the Green Lanterns are responsible for the Red Lantern's demise. He tells them that Green Lanterns arrived on their home planet. Disguised as Red Lanterns, they sabotaged their power battery. And since their rings are connected to their heart, a lot of them perished. Some were able to survive because they have reserves of energy. But then they were confronted by slave traders, and with only enough energy to keep themselves alive, they had to submit. But while in prison, Zilius Zox showed so much outward rage, it gave them the power to take over the ship, and then, like we found out in the last issue, they used Nth Metal to channel his rage throughout the ship to keep themselves alive. Now John tries to tell Atrocitus that those were United Planet Lanterns. That's when Hawkgirl comes out to cut. She's mad that they're using Nth Metal, but before she takes out our boy Atrocitus, she sees the giant sphere, and something is emerging from it. The Thanagarian's god, Horus. Now Atrocitus' dumbass, seeing that he's made completely out of Nth Metal, tells his crew to fire upon him. Horus cracks that ship in half like a toothpick, and John does the impossible, containing the ship to keep it together. But because the ship is so damaged, Zilius Zox is unstable and he will explode. So to save him, Atrocitus has to absorb all the rage he has, but it is too much even for him. But before they both explode, Hawkgirl comes in handing her Nth Metal mace to help him absorb that power, which ultimately saves them both. And just in time, right before Horus is able to obliterate the ship, Hawkgirl hits him. Through conversation, Horus finds out this is one of his own people. She is able to convince him that rage is not the answer. Horus then tells her he is off to create their people a new world, and that when it's ready he will send her a dream, and that will be her cue to bring the remainder of the Thanagarians to their new home. Horus then flies off, as the Lanterns evacuate everyone, and the ship explodes. At the end, to save the Red Lanterns, they put them in cryo sleep until they can rebuild their power battery. Also at the end, we jump to the Red Lantern's home planet, where we see the scope of how many died, where the sorrow arrives and fills the suffering of those Lanterns. But he's here for one thing, this giant crystallized blood shard.